Abdul is about to come. Feel the rhythm that I give them and the wisdom that I drop. You can't stop it, can't top it. Take a biscuit, sop it. It's ethereal, quite literal, more advanced than fiber optics. The truth that I flip may cause inflictions. I rip the script with conviction. I mean this. Alright, I grip the mic like kind of fiendish. Malik A. Willow B. Super genius in science and mathematics that allow me to say this. Not an ego, let's say we go back to Uraeus. You rob us, Uraeus, flee the chaos and confusion. Stimulating the five senses is not a mere illusion. Love and wisdom is all put it together like fusion. Soldiers poised us out to give a new world a contusion. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down on Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Heretics and some critics, they say we rank first. We're not the baddest of the bad, nor the worst of the worst. We strive for some ornament in harmony with the universe. So whether we're unmovable like Mount Kilimanjaro, Africans will laugh again, so I say no sorrow. We are the people of the day before yesterday. We are the people of the day after tomorrow. I have a dream someday that our youth will be walking down the streets, contemplating, nibbling on ginseng roots, giving hell to those who aren't hard for sure, but for sure. Pretending what you hadn't thought but said and didn't know. Claiming sets, throwing up gang signs, society's got you snared. What the hell is that sign language? For the spiritually impaired, I'm not a player hater, I'm just a player fader. What goes around comes around, vengeance is mine, I'll catch you later. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. No man shall get the best of me, one man's the great test of me, the part of me that strives up and begins to pull up the rest of me. Conquering selfish, true manifest destiny, and good reflects this. As I become more mindful, godliness pierces the blindfold, and I take it to the nine, so you can't check this. I pumps courage to the chest, but suckers come for test, and when they come for test, there's no need to press a nine. I've got to buck a sucker with great outflux of the mind. My clairvoyance is a product of mind sight, creating foresight instead of hindsight. My buoyancy is a reflection of my hardship. I've been through much, and I'm beyond death. My legacy is a reflection of my godship. I hold a tight grip until my last breath. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I'm Helen from the sun. Hum-ba-diggity, hit down, I am the sum of none but one, composed of six gods in the mix. No gimmicks, just a few turntable tricks, executed by DJ Superman top notch. More vision than Black Watch, he steps upon the heads of DJs like a quick game of hopscotch. Wherever the top drops, then we must begin with musical sustenance. True, that comes through the eye of the storm, though cosmic in fact. This child's tracks are produced in his humanoid form. We are the sum of none but one.
Alright, family, huh? Yeah. Alright, family, yo, we are up, we are live. It's kind of dark. Let me see if I can fix that. Nah. Leave it like that. Gonna leave it like that. Alright, family, you know what? That's one of the benefits of being dark. That's called camouflage. Camouflage. Where is my water? We're about to sip a little bit. We're gonna discuss some of the stuff that's popping off with Kwanzaa tonight. It was a beautiful event. And I just want y'all to know, man, we had a good time. You know what I'm saying? It would have been better if all of y'all was there, but since y'all couldn't make it, we posted some of the stuff up. We got pictures that's going to be coming as well, so that you can go on and enjoy it. The black signal has just went out to those few hardcore listeners and stuff. I want y'all to know, family, I really enjoy rapportating with y'all every day. Lines are open. I'm about to stress that in the chat. We're also going to put it up on Spreaker so that family know that they could call in and have that discussion with us. I want to thank Storm and Brother Malik for the sum of one, because I couldn't find my whole tap beat. I don't know what happened. So, shit happens. So, we got to do it. So tonight we're going to go down the list of things that happened during Kwanzaa. We're going to get into these proverbs. I'm going to read the proverbs first. If there's anybody that want to call in, Okay, I was about to say, I thought I had the lines open. Lines up. I'm not connected yet. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on. Let me refresh and see what's going on with the lines. See, I have problems connecting. Everybody in here got some type of device right now, so everything is slow for us. But we had a beautiful night, and I want to thank everybody that came out to join us. I want to first off make sure we thank all of the people that performed. We want to make sure that people that came out and spoke over the last 2 nights. It has been beautiful. Brother Urema broke it down last night. The Dance Collective and the Drummer Collective did their thing yesterday. Tonight, BHB brought the young boys in. They did their thing. The Children Shall Lead Them Productions did their thing. You know what I'm saying? The Aquaba Drummers did their thing. And then they had the little fashion show. And everything was nice. We made the slight corrections that we need to make. One of the major corrections was with the sound. You know what I'm saying? I got to run into some family I haven't seen. And family I have seen and still was happy to see them again. The vendors was there doing their thing. Shouts out to Urban Gems because they was out there hustling the greens. You know what I'm saying? For those that got their ambrosia orders, I'm going to try to have everything together for you tomorrow so that if you want your bottles, I'm going to have about almost 2 gallons of ginger. I'm going to have Kwame's, and I'm going to have a whole lot of original. Family, it's hard work, and I'm not trying to turn Cleveland into a servant, you know what I'm saying? Because he could help me, but it's moving slow, so we're going to get those dollars. I also wanted to make sure that everybody knew that it was Shasha Mosh's birthday. She's our Kwanzaa baby, born on the day of Gye-Nyame. And what I wanted to kind of get out was we need to go and celebrate, especially during this time, because in many ways, we have a lot of Kwanzaa babies in our community. This could be their birthday party. You know what I'm saying? Kwanzaa could be the birthday party for the babies that are born during Kwanzaa. We got a 7-day period where we can knock out all those birthdays. People could go and put dollars on the collar like some of the elders did with Sasha, you know what I'm saying? And making her feel, because it was her day. But let's go down the list of what happened today. We did the procession. And as y'all see, we was able to stream it live, and we had the stream going on at the same time up above. We gave an award to BHB, the Gye-Nyame Award, for all of the work that he has been putting in. And also, I didn't get the dates for the next Hip Hop Expo. Let me see if he put an ad in here. Nah. Oh, by the way, this is the book. This is the Kwanzaa book. Come on out, get your book, family. You know what I'm saying? We got businesses in there. And then for those that join me for the Daily Toast, look. Y'all see that? Those all the names we read every day, family. And the list is only going to grow as our tribe grow. The list is only going to grow as the tribe grow. So, we've been having some powerful things popping off. You know what I'm saying? We got some good information in the books for you. So, come on out and join us. Anybody want to call in and talk about Kwanzaa? The conversation is popping off at 614. Let me call that line.
557.
Hold on. What is it? What is it? Say the number.
614.
614. 556. 4535. I don't need you to sound off after I'm already saying it. That's kind of cheating. You don't think? You don't consider that cheating?
No.
I think that's cheating.
I don't.
Let's go and post it up on the timeline for Gye-Nyame Journey. Old Tribal Quotes. There we go. Call in lines
What number
open.
is this? 614-209-9012.
Hey. I'm online. Call in lines 614-556-4535.
I said dash 3.
All right. All right, the restream chat is not up yet. So I'm going to try to get that up so that we go and get started. While I'm waiting for that to come up, I'm going to read the Proverbs of the day. We got a quick discussion. If we don't get no call-ins, and y'all know how Brother Hatim do it. I ain't got no problem. Just talking. So I'm going to drink some.
This call is being recorded.
All right, we got somebody calling in. Who that on the line?
I only need one. I'm sorry.
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing? I seen you at Kwanzaa. What's going on?
Not much. Just calling in, Hashem, yes.
You ain't got no comments for the people. What did you think about Kwanzaa tonight?
I thought it was fire.
She said fire.
I love the spoken word. Yes, I love the spoken word. I love
that's the thunder. I got the little thunder going. You see?
The sound was better. Everything, it was awesome.
So would you advise people to come on out tomorrow? Come on out so y'all can catch up with what's going on. 614, call that line 614-556-4535. Come on in, come on out. Family, for those that missed it, we streamed some of it on Gye-Nyame Journey. Come out, make sure you walk out with your Kwanzaa directory, right? Then also, family, look, register. I need you to register. Listen to me. I need you to go and purchase a ticket for the raffle, right? Purchase a ticket for the raffle so that you can throw your name in the basket and possibly win this original piece of art that was done by Brother Ta'u Murphy. Beautiful piece of art. Decorating the book. Look at that. It's beautiful. And the pictures out there. Also, for those of you that are tuning in now, listen to me. You can sign up early for the third contest. Now, the first contest was won by Sister Tiandra. Sister Tiandra, when you come to Kwanzaa or when I see you, I got your prize. Check it out. She won the first one. The second one was won by Miss Sheila Sales. Right? Oh, my God. So I got your... Well, I got to find your prize because I put it in Gina's hands last night, and I got to find it. I got the books. I just got to find other stuff. If I don't have it, I will replace it. Third prize that's coming up. It's a possibility that this one is going to be a big one, right? This one might be big because listen up, family. This is what's going on. I spoke to Brother Mayo McKindy. He may be sponsoring this one. So this might have some gear with it, right? I'm going to leave it at that. So all you got to do is to text Kwanzaa 365 into 77292. I know some of y'all like, Brother Hakim, we already did. You got to register each time for each contest. So soon as you put that in, a question is going to be sent to you, a very simple question, a Kwanzaa-based question that you can go and get, you know what I'm saying, get the question right and be entered. Right now, I'm looking for the Kiswahili word. So don't just type in the English word, type in simply the word. Take the off, take any other extra words off, just type in the word. Because some of y'all are being put out the competition because you put things like the before the word or you putting in long sentences. No, it's a one-word answer. I want you to be qualified because I had at least 3 people today that messed up on they will say stuff like it's called Kanara. I appreciate you using your full lexicon. I appreciate it, but family, you need to cut it short. We just was joined by somebody else. We about to have this conversation pop off. Who is this and where you at Kwanzaa tonight?
This is Shaka.
You wasn't at Kwanzaa. What's going on, my man?
And I wasn't at Kwanzaa tonight, but
while y'all was at Kwanzaa and BHB had those kids doing what they was doing.
How you know
and I saw that
BHB?
vibration.
How you know BHB was there, man?
Man, come on, y'all must have had a midget or somebody with the camera on y'all the entire time, man. That's good organization right there.
That was our Tim. He know what's going on. That wasn't no midget. They were sitting on the floor, front row seat.
Oh,
The people with what they need. That was our Tim. He know it was live.
I was trying to get him to say it, Lady J. It's called advertising without patting yourself on the back. You know what I'm saying? Can you won't let a brother get no credit, but that's cool. It's cool. I understand. The hate is real. The hate is real.
Yeah.
I was working real hard today.
Hey man, let me tell you something. While y'all was on that, I had one of the most substantial conversations, man, on my live on Facebook with Joe Berry. Joe Berry chimed in. Quentin Chestnut chimed in. I don't know if you remember him, but he became an outreach worker with Huckleberry House shortly after I did. And we was just talking about how we should all be over there at Kwanzaa, man. And I'm really trying to figure out how I can get some folk motivated to finish the week out in Columbus. I really feel like I want to slide down, and I talked to Joe. He want his juice, and
well, you better get him before I do, because I'm about to have it tomorrow.
Hey, well,
I mean, but it ain't competition. We got it. We family. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if you coming down, get him what he needs, because you got the stuff that's good for what he needs.
Yeah.
You understand?
So, hey, I got something, man. I wonder if I could do this. No, I'm not gonna be able to do it on that phone. Hey, so here's the thing, man. I was able to put all of my guests in a little box on my live. I can't do it on my computer, but I can do it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
FYI, I think it's a iOS thing.
Fuck iOS. Don't be trying to advertise. I know what you're trying to do. I don't care about your little janky iPhone. This Android. Matter of fact, I'm about to. Should I cut them off? All those that's on Android. Should I cut them off for trying to slide us?
Y'all can try, but y'all, y'all can try, but it's Android, right?
Hey man, you better watch your tongue, you little young buck.
Man, let me tell you something. My son got an Obama phone. It happens to be an Android. I be trying to hang up on. What do you call it? Telemarketers or whatnot, and never do it right. It's not the same effect. Like, hey, call someone else. Click, and then 2 seconds. Hello? No, click.
That's the Android predictive stuff, knowing that you really don't want to hang up. See, I'm just saying. But hey, so once again, we have.
Hey, so check this out. One more thing. You know that glass that you're drinking out of right now?
Mm-hmm. You talking about the real glass?
Okay.
The unbroken glass, the Android glass. See, Apple glass break. Android glass just keep on sipping up out of it.
Hey, so Shepard, are you going to be at Kwanzaa?
Oh man, what it really comes down to is money right now.
Right, that's what everybody, family.
That's really what it comes down to. The organizers, of course, couldn't afford me. And so there goes that per diem thing. I would really like to. I'm not closing it out, even though we almost at the end.
No, man, we on day 2. We on day 2.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking that there's a very high probability that I will, especially since, you know, I got a message in my box tonight of a package that I've been waiting for a long, long time, and it might be a possibility that package will be ready to pick up and bring to Cleveland sometime soon. So we'll see how that works out. We will, yes. So
talking about the package.
We'll see.
So once again,
we'll see.
For those that missed it, you can go to Gye-Nyame Journey. We got BHB up there. We got the Lady Drummers. I gave y'all a little sample. I ain't trying to accommodate those that don't want to come all the way out. But we were streaming live, man, on 5 different platforms. And you know, just trying to make it happen because I want people to see that we do the damn thing up here with this tribe here up in Columbus, with these several tribes coming together doing this, man. And you know,
I gotta say this to you too.
Go ahead.
When you have footage like you have tonight, even though it was taken on an Android and not like an HD scenario, I mean, it's good for online like YouTube and stuff like that. But on nights like this, it's important that we have someone that's dedicated to the post-production and the maintenance of this stuff so that, like you say, we only on day 2. But if within 48 hours you was able to have somebody like take snippets,
you right,
bam, bam, of what's already happened.
Well, I could do that.
Like highlight.
I just ain't got time. I could do that. I could do that straight on my phone, but I ain't got time because I'm running multiple contests and managing stuff and arguing with people like Lady J all goddamn day. I don't listen. My plate is full, but like I said,
what did you say about Lady J? I'm sorry, I zoned out.
I said she was very beautiful, and it's good to have her on the show. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man.
Okay,
Listen, man. I go to my seat, right? Because I was helping Elder Tony today. I go to my seat. Guess who's sitting in the primary seat of the engineer? I mean, just out the blue. Just out the blue. I mean, doing absolutely nothing. I had to get her. I said, Lady J, if you don't get the hell up out my seat, there's gonna be some problem. Why is you sitting right there? What are you doing? What purpose is you serving? Get out my goddamn seat. I don't understand.
Is that how you talk to people?
Well, I said I put Queen on there first. Queen, get the hell up out my seat.
I don't recall that. I think I was a witness of that situation. I don't recall that.
You don't never recall nothing positive. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I ain't mad at you. Then, you know, Brother Quincy got up and hosted some poetry. But let me announce this for those that might be catching this early in the morning because I know people ain't used to me being on this late. Tomorrow on Nia for us, as far as Gye-Nyame Journey, but it'll be Ujima tomorrow for Kwanzaa or December 28th at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be storytelling at the main library. Bring your babies out. We're going to have some good stories. And, you know, who knows? You know, maybe Mr. Brown or Brother Hatil might jump out there.
Wait, time out. When is this again? I did get the message, but...
Storytelling tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the main library. Because we have daytime activities. We have daytime activities.
Hey, Hatim, why are you, I can hear Lady J just fine, but what's going on with your phone, man? Ain't an Android joke neither. I'm really concerned.
Hey, listen here, man. You about one more Android joke to being in Hang Upville, right? I'm gonna show you how this shit can hang up. Keep it up.
Hey, Lady J, is it you or does he sound like one of Charlie Brown's teachers?
She can't hear you.
I'm team Android, so I'm not going to say anything against this man right now because we are allies.
Oh my goodness!
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. God damn it! That's one of those proverbs. Yeah. So here we go, family. We are on tribal quotes. We are on tribal quotes. Well, sometime. Let me just preface that sometime. Because sometimes enemies are just enemies. God damn it. And, you know, We must crush them and grind them to the dirt. But Lady J, you're not really my enemy. All right, Shed Haru, Tahuti, Sarah, peace, my friend.
I know, I'm your frenemy. We're called frenemies.
No, you just my sister. That's how me and you. That's how we get on. That's how we get on. Me and Tyrese do the exact same shit. So, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. And because, and I just want to say this is a compliment. And because you a thinker, it is good to strike up, or when you strike up conversation, for either way it goes, it's always good because I always leave with a thought on my mind. It's sort of like talking with most of the Daily Toasters or people that call into the shows because they're thinkers. And it's like, I'm not just going to go for your shit, hi, Tim. You know what I'm saying? I love that because now I got, like this morning when Quasi said it's like a well-oiled machine. I say we don't want to be well-oiled machines. Nature's not not a well-oiled machine. And he came back and I had to step back and think about it. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit because it's like that reminds us that we always have room to grow. We always have room to adapt our views. We always have, you in the midst of battle, sometimes you might need to drop the sword and grab a spear. God damn it, you know what I'm saying? Because the enemy is constantly changing and morphing. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, which is one of the prizes for the winner tonight, which is Miss Sheila Sales. Thank you for participating. I want to thank all those people that take the time to look at the text messages and follow the instructions and fill it out. I really appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? But those of you that's on here right now, if you want to be in the contest, text Kwanzaa 365, Kwanzaa, KWANZAA 365 to 77292. Now, for those that want to be on the tribal quote list, what you do is you type in tribal quotes to 77292. All right, so let's do that. And also, because we build them back up, you're not on the list. All right, now check this out. If you're not on the list, it will put you on the Kwanzaa list if you do Kwanzaa 365, and I'm gonna start sending stuff out to there. And always with this system, you have an ability to opt out whenever the texts become too much. Now, for people that get on the Kwanzaa 365 list until they tell me otherwise, I will let you know when we do the tribal quotes and folk tales for grown folks, because those later in the night. If you want to be on the toasters list, text toaster to 77292. Toaster to 77292, and you can be on the daily toast list. And this, now, as far as health-wise, 5 days out of the week, unless we on vacation, because right now we in time outside of time. We in a no time zone right now. So you catch me when you can, but soon as the new year begins, somewhere within the first couple of days, you will start getting those texts at between 5:15 and 5:30, so that we can get up and we can salute our ancestors. And once again, those that got the book, those that got the Kwanzaa book, if you look in the back, you see the list. It was nowhere near this big last year. We read every last one of these ancestors' names. If you want to get your ancestors on the list, family, become a toaster. You know what I'm saying? Those that are not a toaster, you could just text me the names. I got you.
You know it would have been so dope today, Hatim?
What's so dope, my dear?
Man, it would have been so dope if you would have read off those daily toaster names during that ancestor call. That would have been super dope.
But that would have been a 20-minute ancestor
you already
call.
Got it.
That would have been.
You already got it down to a T.
You know, I mean, because I could start the beginning, but I don't remember all of them. Now, what's crazy is, like, when I retyped this list, I started noticing when I was reading through, some names were missing. And I had to start like, and then what's crazy is I know certain people's ancestor lists. I've been reading them so long. I know the people that go with the list. Like I could start reading it right now, and I could tell you whose ancestors on a lot of them, whose ancestors they are. So it's like family. We are, when we read this, when we participate in this daily ritual, we are becoming connected. Your ancestors are becoming mine are becoming yours, and we are forming tribe based on ancestral lineage. But go ahead.
You know what's live about that? Is that you need an artist to show how exponential that is. Can you imagine? Just imagine like the three of us, right? Mm-hmm. It's just because it's just us here. I'm not saying that we like the center of all the shit. All right, but I'm just saying, like you take a core, let's say 12 people, and you see us on the image like the Super Friends or like I don't know DC stuff, but like the Avengers, right? But then you see the little tree of these are my ancestors, these are yours, these are bam, 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 and you know what I mean? And you start seeing how it grows out into like all the branches, the roots, rather. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All come up out of these individuals and where they are in position. That's what I'm seeing as you explaining, like how you see which of the ancestors came from me, which one came from Lady J.
Right.
You follow what I mean?
Oh yeah. And what's crazy is I know yours too. When I get to your list, I know what's yours. Because now what's crazy about yours is that yours are separate. Because you was one of the first ones that responded, so yours are on the first list. Hasbury, right? And you got those on there, but then you had another group that you put on, and you had a story with it. So I remember that one because you put a girl on there that used to take care of Pharaoh when you would go to the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? I remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know Lady J's because we spoke about it. Because one time I was like, Lady J, I only got one of your ancestors. She said, no, you got more of my ancestors. And then I had to reflect and go back and say, damn, that's right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to know different people's ancestors because, like I said, I honestly believe that we connect. You know, they say blood is thicker than water. And one of the things that we came up with in Gye-Nyame, we say blood is thicker than water, but spirit is thicker than blood. Because there's certain individuals that I am closer to because of our spiritual connection than even some of the people that are related to me by blood. By what we, you know what I'm saying? And it's a powerful piece. It's a very powerful piece.
You know what? And when you go back, if you ever had time to check out, because that was a long ass live I just did. But one of the things that I discovered, man, and one of the things I thought I'd bring up, because his name is on the list. Did you know that between Quentin Chestnut and Terrell Dunbar, I handpicked both of them to be outreach workers at Huckleberry House?
No.
Yeah. Did you know that Terrell Dunbar was an outreach worker before he passed?
No. I thought he was working on the railroad.
He was. I'm saying that he worked with us though. He worked under Allen. I brought Terrell and this other brother in, and we were talking about that just then. But yeah, I don't know what your connection on this side of life is with Terrell, but man, one of the most phenomenal poet spirits that I met, like in the community, who was able. I mean, man, I don't know. He had a gift.
Oh,
I brought him to do some workshops with me, and I mean, he's just absolutely captivating.
He was cold. He had a piece called Kuumba. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember one Kwanzaa I was supposed to read, and because this was when we was moving around, and I had a couple minutes to read. And I said, well, no, I'm not gonna read mine, but Terrell was happened to be there. I said, Terrell got this one about Kuumba, where he was talking about Kuumba as either as a little girl or, I mean, it was cold. I said, man, you got to do that shit. You got to get up. I see my time. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be able to do stuff like that and have stories like that so our children can see the importance of relationships and how each one of these individuals on the list has affected somebody right now that's in our life. Each individual on our list has left a print on somebody that's in our tribe that's active right now. And, you know, I like to think that our ancestors are feasting every day because we are sending energy on a consistent basis to them. You know what I'm saying? And they're just waiting for us to call when it's time for action. Because right now, remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but we used to read and be done in like 2 minutes. Now the list is 12 minutes long. That's why I couldn't read like that, Lady J. 12 minutes. Because right now people talking about, we take up too much time and it takes too long. And I'm sitting up like, you know what I'm saying? For me, I'm in no time because like I was explaining this morning, I've been able to scope my life around this nation building thing. So when it was time to go to Simba, I was able to go to Simba and not necessarily even have to get paid by Simba because I was able to work out situations where I would go for years, I would still be able to have an income to support my home. Because I've been blessed. My ancestors have been blessing me because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm following my path. I mean, I done traveled all over the country. I done traveled all over the world doing this shit. And every time I do it, it's been by the blessing of blessing for what I do. Because a lot of times people would just invite me to places and Simba would send me places because I would be able to actually do libations. A lot of people be like, people don't even understand that in other cultures, this shit is, this is the real. You know what I'm saying? You go like, I remember I was at a conference in California and the Native Americans did a prayer ritual that lasted 2.5 hours. We was standing on our feet. Some people had to go to their plane and we was holding hands and they started toasting the 4-legged, the 2-legged, the no-legged. You know what I'm saying? And it went on and, we were sitting around and, you know what I'm saying? But because, boom, then they asked me to do libations and stuff like that. So the whole piece is people don't even understand how powerful this small little bit of time we spend doing this every day, how powerful this is, because we have not even seen the doors open yet, but they're opening, family. I'm just letting you know, 2019, we moving into the year of communication. We are right now in the year of cooperation, but at the end, as soon as that clock turned to 2019, it's time for us to start working on our communication. And once we start working on that communication, family, we're going to be able not only communicate with each other better, but we're going to be able to communicate better with our ancestors and be a little bit more clear on what assistance that we need from them while we in this plane right here working. You know what I'm saying? We're going to know what to ask for. But let me get to these, unless y'all got, anybody else got something else, because that was kind of, I don't want to leave y'all out.
Lady J had something to say.
Now I forgot, of course.
You got to keep it in. That's that part of that getting old shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand.
That never happens to me.
But
that happens to you all the time, Shaka. Be quiet.
But I'm just gonna be clear. You don't come to no more functions without my daughter-in-law. I'm just making it. I'm gonna kick you out myself. I don't give a damn what she talking about. She needs to be in place to be. You know what I'm saying? Especially after I paid that dowry. I already paid the dowry, so I expect her.
You did not.
I did too. You don't make me tell people how much the dowry was, because it's gonna be bad.
Hey, if I come to Kwanzaa, man, you got to find some space to flex your capoeira skills. I help. I break the bottom out.
I was kind of hoping somebody would be like, I ain't did no capoeira in a long time, but I'm throwing it out. Somebody come to Kwanzaa, we'll find some time to throw it up there. And if you can kick my ass, good luck. Because I might be rusty, but I'm old and I'm tricky, and I don't like being embarrassed. So we're gonna have us a nice.
Now hold on. Let me say this. You and BHB probably about the same age, and he's still like the best breakdancer in Columbus.
BHB was up there. He was going with them little young boys, wasn't he? I love that shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you know, it made me feel real good, especially that last swipe that young boy did, because it looked just like how BHB would have did it. Perfect. The windmill, to this day, I still can't windmill. I'm not coordinated enough. I can't windmill. But when I saw that, I said, man, you know what? Good night. Good night.
Hey, it's going down. But hey, I just pulled up my timeline. Oh yeah, man. Hey, it's all on here, family. Y'all need to go in here. And y'all, I mean, like and follow BHB so you keep up with that. And then on top of that, the Hip Hop Expo. As a matter of fact, I need to go and get in touch with BHB, and because I'm trying. What time of the year do we usually throw that? It's in the winter time around what time?
That's on March 31st. March 31st, usually, or the 23rd of March. The 23rd or the 31st of March, and then October 23rd, I think, for the showcase.
Because I'm thinking we need to add that to our calendar of holidays, because he
you know what?
He has built that
up.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking Black Phoenix is definitely going to have a booth there. Why don't we do a collective booth?
That's definitely possible. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
So let's get into these quotes real quick, because Lady J is getting quiet. Day 54. All the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. That's Victor Hugo. At least that's attributed to Victor Hugo. Number 2. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. Ooh. That's number 2. That's by the Buddha. And the last one. The reason two antelope walk together is so that one can blow the dust out of the other's eye. That's an African proverb. So, Shaka, you was the first online. Which one you want to do?
I want to start with number 3.
Number 3. The reason two antelope walk together is so that one can blow the dust out of the other's eye.
I wanted to start there because it was something that Baba Tony said earlier tonight that really resonated with me. And before I misquote him, Hatem, can you reiterate what it was? Because I know that you were listening intently, where he described the difference between the European and the African eye.
European, I don't remember. Go to fill me in.
He said something to the point that the European eye pertains to the individual.
Oh, the eye, not the eye. Oh, okay, yeah. With the eye, the European eye talk about more of the individual, but the African eye is always, in a sense, talking about the collective. Is somebody else on the line?
That's Lady J.
Oh, that's Lady J? Girl, you need to stop going to them bars. Come on now. You got drunk people talking on the mic. But all right. But yeah, one is more about the individual and the whole idea about the individual, but the African eye, or as part of our code, is more of a collective type piece, because I am because we are Ubuntu. I am because we are because I am. So we are representation. When we say I, it can't be It can't be in a European sense because that is not culturally who we are. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
Because I'm known. Actually, we are supposed to actually be known by our family name, so that I am an individual expression of my bloodline. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Pharaoh's name should be son of Shaka, or Shaka son.
And that's why I named him the way that I did. You know what his name is, right?
I know it's Pharaoh, but what is it?
Pharaoh Shaka.
No, it's not. You ain't. This nigga didn't just sing that shit. Pharaoh Shaka, Pharaoh Shaka.
Yeah. So that's Pharaoh's. His middle name is my first name.
Mm. So, and really, that's how, and in naming, that is how we transmit knowledge from one generation and one person in the bloodline forward. Because it's like in naming, we are trying to remind a person, or at least traditionally, we should be trying to remind a person of who they are and why they were born. Who they are and why they were born. So, because nation building, just does not happen in a moment. Nation building happens on a continuum of time, where past, present, and future are in a sense one. So when I'm naming a child, I'm naming a child on a foundation of the past in the present, so that we can get the future outcome that the people need. You know what I'm saying? And but if you don't have understanding, you're gonna miss out on that whole shit. Right? But hey, alright, so you wanted to talk about that one, so you had me go over Elder Tony shit. Now the reason two antelope walk together is so that one can blow the dust out of the eye of the other. Come on, Shaka, break it down.
Functionality.
Go ahead.
Functionality.
Go ahead.
Functionality. We may not ever discover our individual gifts until we come together collectively. Who knew that antelope's whole purpose was to blow the dust out of his brother's eye, unless he stood shoulder to shoulder with his brother in the first place?
You got me saying the antelope cry.
And that's big to me, because that's what my whole life was just about, Tim, was about this proverb right here. I even had my own blood cousin come on the line. Listen, my own blood cousin, man, I mean, I'm proud of him. He's a decade younger than me. He got a job with the law. He wearing a ring. He got a family. He actually married a celebrity's daughter. So it's like what he has in family, he understands the value of it, and he keeps it sacred. Now, when it comes to our family as a whole, he also realizes, like I did, that family ain't what it used to be. We don't have tradition like we used to. We don't gather at mama's house no more around the holidays. You understand? We don't do these things, and it's up to us to bring it back into context. And it took that conversation for him to realize, that's exactly what's necessary right now. You follow? Because I told him, I said, listen, when I was young, my father had the luxury of leaving me with his mother while he finished out his time in the military. I don't have that luxury. I don't have the luxury to delegate to family or to share the responsibility with family. Everything that comes out of my name strictly comes from me directly to my son. He does not get you know, and yes, even still today, he desires, and I desire for him, to have a woman in his life to be able to bring balance into our world. Because when I blow down on him, he needs somebody to go to say, hey, your father is right. But, you know what I mean? But someone who's able to empathize with him. He ain't got that right now. I got to switch channels, like, right then and there. Let him know, like, yo, I just blew down on you real hard, and I'm telling you some real shit, but Daddy loves you, and I hope that you receive that. And really in his heart, a lot of times, the way I blow down on him, man, he be wanting a hug so bad from somebody, but I feel like if I gave that to him right then and there, it might nullify everything that I just said.
Right.
And that's sticking right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, we need family to be able to reiterate those principles so that he can see that other people respect the principles that I practice. Right now, he doesn't see that, and that's something that comes with family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Family. Let me tell you this though. What happens with us, because it genuinely, what I realize is that you as a nation builder, myself for the path that I'm chosen, and our families is typically only one. And we're the ones that are kind of like an outcast because we don't believe the same way as our families do. You follow? So when I came back to my grandmother's house and I wasn't going to church, oh, Shaka worshiping the devil. You know what I mean? Shaka worshiping some other shit. He don't believe in Jesus no more. Let me get his room. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's real.
It's very real.
Yeah. You want to weigh in? I forgot where I was at.
Don't worry about Lady J. Lady J, you want to hit that one before I get it? Because you know I'm going to smash it.
No, I'll listen for you.
Says, scatter it to the wind like my enemies. All right, family, here we go. So let me read it one more time for y'all. The reason two antelope walk together is so that one can blow the dust out of the eye of the other. Now that might sound very insignificant, but going back to what Shaka is saying now, because we're moving into the principle tomorrow of Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Collective work, right? How do you get shit done? How do antelopes survive? They survive as a collective. They don't survive as individuals. What does a lion try to do? A lion tries to separate them. So in a sense, in order for them to adapt, nature has made it possible so that they can adapt and have social networks. And that social network is held together by something very simple as possibly helping the other one keep the dust out of his eye, because that small piece of dust that might be in that antelope's eye at a certain position might block this antelope's vision from seeing a lion coming up on the collective. So not only by the antelope keeping each other's eyes clear, not only do they save their own life, but they save the life of the whole damn group. Collective work and responsibility is also called Ujima. By practicing that principle, antelopes will be able to outlive lions, and in many cases live better and safer than lions, because they have the ability to keep each other's eyes clear, because it's the eyes and the other senses that allow them to stay one step ahead of the lion. I know some of y'all gonna be like, the lions is killing them though. Are they really? Let's look at the fact that most of the lions that y'all be worshiping and talking about you going into beast mode, most of them motherfuckers, they don't do nothing but get those individuals that are alone, too old, or too sick. These motherfuckers is eating motherfuckers that are practically dead. But when it comes to young antelopes and young gazelles and shit like that, they're not getting them. They're getting the old.
Oh,
they're getting the feeble.
And
Go ahead.
I mean, let's be real about it too. And for anyone who did not to this day watch The Last Lioness, I'm telling you, you're missing out on one of the greatest cinematic. Oh, man. And it's real. It's not acting. It's real. It's real animal.
So you saying the lioness is not acting in it, man? They ain't following the script.
What's it?
You said the lioness. You said the lioness ain't following the script. Is that what you saying?
The lioness. No. Listen. So here's the whole piece. In The Last Lioness, this lioness with her cubs, she hadn't ate in like 2 weeks, and her cub is suckling. Yo, her titties dry, right? She gotta eat, and she looking over at a herd of wildebeest, and she see a little wildebeest at the end. Now keep in mind, she ain't got no pride. It's just her, and she'd go as as an individual and try to snatch this little one, and the big wildebeest start, poking her with the horns, getting her way. They ain't scared of her. When she came back with the pride, the strategy that they used to be able to get the biggest one, miraculous. So the whole piece that I'm saying to you, even in that, we have to look at real numbers. The reality is that 50 years ago, there were over 350,000 lions in the world. Today, because of us, there's less than 20,000 lions in the whole wide world. And also because of us.
Not only just because of us. Shit, let's keep it real, man. Listen, if lions was as good a hunters as motherfuckers is saying, you have people that build their whole careers up talking about how vicious the lions are and how good they are and how you should structure your life on a lion. If that was true, they would eat good every day. The average lion eats between every 3 and 5 days. Not because they full, is they got to be able to strategize on these faster, quicker, and in many cases, smarter animals.
So a lion in captivity, is he eating better? Is he better than the ones out in the wild?
Shit, they eat every day, man. Those listen. This is the drawback. See, because what happens is this. Think about this. When they take a wild animal, when they take an animal from the zoo and put them in the wild, they have to train this motherfucker on how to get up and get out there and get their hustle on. And we have to realize that when we try to build tribe, we are trying to build tribe with domesticated motherfuckers. It's like trying to make a cat wild again after he's been used to going back inside the house and being able to eat. I could play wild, because this is what we got right now. We got black people playing wild. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw examples of it at Kwanzaa.
You could take the wildest of the domesticated, and hey man, the one thing that we ain't got that caused us to lose from the very beginning is muscle memory. Muscle memory. Like, all right, this might be a little outlandish, but just an African that's been shucking spears for survivalhood his entire life. Now, he can come over here, we toss him some pig skin. He probably got a better arm than our best quarterback.
You know what? You laughing, but shit, a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But they might not be able to apply it to the football, because what we got to understand, those type of games, the type of games we play are domesticated games. As violent as they look, they're very domesticated and they follow a very precise rules. And somebody coming out the wild will see the football and be like, this is a useless ass activity. Basketball, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is useless as hell because it don't really apply to real survival. You know what I'm saying? It don't, I mean, when you look at a lot of shit that people are doing, it don't really apply to real survival. We are domesticated, so we're trying to take domesticated people in our tribes, and the issue is that domesticated beings, right, think they are something that they are not. So they will always go back to eat out of master's hand. We gotta be clear on that shit. We gotta be clear on that shit. So a lot of times when we dealing with people that say they want what we got, they don't understand that we got to come out of the domestication process. See, slavery domesticate your ass. So as much as you want freedom, as soon as your ass run out there for 3 days, you start wondering, well, damn, at least I used to eat regular. At least we used to eat regular on the plantation. I mean, really, because, I mean, we might need to go back and look at the records and see how many ran away and came back. Shit,
how you going to find that out, Tim?
Dude, listen to me. You will be surprised.
You saying that the slave owners had a way of reporting them AWOL, and it's like, he didn't return on AWOL, called a social worker.
Listen to me. All of the shit that is being practiced on individuals on their jobs right now was mastered during slavery, keeping track of how much production you was doing. And when motherfuckers say when people say best practices, we have to understand, even with educating our kids, when people start quoting shit from best practices, you need to see where those practices came from. A lot of that shit was originated when we was in captivity. I mean, think about it. These motherfuckers were studying us. Listen, you got to understand, because cotton, I want you to think about this. At one point in time, cotton was not the best product to actually grow. But once the cotton gin came online, they had to learn how to make our people more efficient. So they had to learn how individuals pick. They had to look at shit and come up with incentives to get people to be more productive. And during that process, they was able to take the skills that they got from that process and apply it to other best practices. So when motherfuckers are talking to us about best practices, we need to start asking them questions about where these best practices came from. Because a lot of the whole idea of this whole best practice movement, in many cases, this shit came right off the slave plantations. Because these motherfuckers took us from being able to pick 1 pound of cotton, because cotton is a hard-ass product to pick, to where motherfuckers is getting 50 pounds a day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we have to really understand when people be coming at us with this shit. This is what I'm saying, as black people, and understanding and utilizing this proverb, not only, because one of the things that keep lions at bay is that lions, when they look at these herds, they see large groups. This is why they don't run into the middle of the motherfucker, because they see large groups of motherfuckers. And if a lion get caught up, why these antelopes and gazelles and water buffaloes are stampeding, they are going to get ran over. Why? Because they look at them as one organism. That's why they always hunt on the fringes and get those motherfuckers on the fringes and the edges, and the sick, the old, and the dying that can't keep up. Let's keep it real. So when we are being attacked, we got to understand that it's important that they individualize us. You know what I'm saying? You are working 4, 5, 6, 7. Your social security number is such and such, such and such, such and such. Because you are an individual. You don't belong to a group. So once I isolate you, I could train you to do exactly what I want. I could domesticate you. I could make your existence uncomfortable but livable. So you can't imagine living any other way. So most people can't live the lifestyle that we're talking about because they're comfortable. I can go to the fucking grocery store and use some stamps or take a couple of pennies and get this food, not realizing that I could take time and do a little bit of work for myself and grow the shit. I'm running around with dust in my eye, so I really can't see what's really around me. I can't really see what's going on. I don't have other antelope around me that's wiping the dust out of my eye so that I can operate within the organism. You know what I'm saying? Because the same strategy that antelopes
and optimize on my task.
Not only become the best at my task. Become the best at my task. Become observant. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, man. It's careers built on motherfuckers talking about I'm going into beast mode like the lion, and the lion.
Man, let me tell you something though. I mean, here's the piece. Here's the piece. Beast mode, my element. I need to make this clear because we talk about vibration, but when we see it in the mix, we don't get it yet. It's one thing, Hatem, for you to know me the way that you do. But you know it's another thing to see me on a bandstand. That's my element. With a microphone in my hand. That's my element. I don't think you have
beast mode that way.
Right?
I don't think that's beast mode for you. I think that's collective mode. I think that's actual wild herd mode. Human beings, let me tell you something, man. Think about this shit. Human beings never operated in the predatory mode of lions. You can't take down no water buffalo by yourself. Y'all will have to play jazz.
No.
Go ahead.
No. Let me get to it because we're saying the same thing. But what I'm saying is that when I was watching the footage, the live footage of y'all out there, and I saw BHB doing his thing, that's his element. The one thing that people remember about my band Soul Star is that Soul Star was a matter of being able to come out and see the best of the best in their element collectively. You talk about me, you talk about Eddie Bennett, Perez With It, BHB, Craig Digger, whoever the DJ was then, Necessary from Spirit, and or his brother Malik. People, when they see us together and they know that we didn't write down a set list, that we gon' do what we're supposed to do, we gonna entertain, we gonna sweat doing what we love doing. That's what people come out for when it comes to, that's what I try my damnness to cultivate on every event that I do. So when I'm thinking about it and I'm watching y'all and in my mind I'm thinking about a relocation, like, yo, my introduction has to be that so people identify with that because they're not going to remember it. Because it's an experiential thing. If you've never experienced it, you have no idea what we're talking about. You have no idea what our potential is, you know. And as I was sharing these stories with Lyric, with Joe Berry's nephew, he was sharing stories with me about how all of those people that I just mentioned
time out.
from Soul Star.
Slow down. Lyric is Joe Berry's nephew?
Yes.
Shut up. All right. Oh man, small world. But go ahead.
Yeah. So Lyric is telling me how all the other members from Soul Star, or that Soul Star movement, influenced his life a great deal. He said that's where, he said, Capacity over there with BHB and Dion, and that's where I met my wife at. Dion is the one that taught me how to be a wordsmith. BHB to this day inspires me every time I see him.
Yeah, his son is one of the best breakers in Columbus. His son been breaking since he could walk. Lyric is truly, it truly represents the culture, family. I mean, that whole family truly represents the culture. But go ahead.
Yeah. Oh man, why did I bring this together? And so don't get them in front of me because I'm about to lose my thought. So what I'm saying is that when I come back, it would be lovely to be able to invite all those people who I just named to be able to do a symbiotic cipher set and really kick it off like that. And then it came to my mind, like, what would that cost? And I'm saying for me, for what this movement is, why should that be the next question? Why should it be a question of how much it's going to cost for me to get people together that I consider tribes to be able to step into this next phase of tomorrow where I am the antelope and you are the, you know what I mean?
Right.
For us to get into our natural formation, to do what we do, why should my next question be, at what cost? And I don't know. Maybe it's the right question to ask. But if I invited all of those folks and understanding how significant they are to this thing, what will it take is the real question.
All right, fam. Hey, Lady J, you still on the line? Cause you awful quiet. She over there. I know where you at.
I'm on the line. I'm listening.
So you want to say something about this one before we move to the next one? Cause I'm gonna let you move.
Yeah, I want to do the second one.
Go ahead.
Will you read it again?
I'm gonna read it. You ready?
Yes.
All right. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows.
I'm sorry, it's cutting out, Hatim.
The only real failure is not to be true to the best one knows.
Okay, you go first, Hatim.
I broke up again?
No, you go first.
Why you want me to go first? All right. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. Now, for me, where I hear in that is not living our principles and falling short of what it was we chose. We fall short in life. Girl, turn that, go on mute. For us, see, because now in Gye-Nyame Journey, one of the things we talk about is how we was chosen to be born. And I know many people fall out with this one because, you know, it's kind of rough talking about 1 minute we could be gods, the next minute, you know what I'm saying, I didn't choose to be born and shit. Listen, one of the things we get into with in Gye-Nyame, some discussion is you chose your parents. You chose to be born. There's a reason for you being here. Why did you choose these parents? What lesson were you supposed to get from them? We all chose to come here to share certain gifts. And when we fall short of that, we fall short on life. Now, what I believe this proverb is talking about living to our fullness. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. I believe that a lot of people are not living true to the best they know because they are following a narrative that does not work for them, that does not allow them to reflect their best. See, for example, with a lot of us, we was taught that we need to go on and just pursue money. It's all about us. When in fact, if we was to look at the first proverb, how it's about us developing tribe and social networks and moving through life as a group so that we can protect one another. Now we can apply living to our fullest, because it's like, yo, I mean, you know, one of the things that I really want to do was I like philosophy when I went to college. But at that time, it was impractical for me to study philosophy, which is exactly why I should have went and pursued that shit and mastered that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Because oftentimes by us pursuing money or pursuing what we have been taught is valuable, we miss out. Because I want y'all to think about this shit, family. I want y'all to think about this. How many scientists have we put in the grave? How many world changers and world shakers have we put in the grave that stop pursuing their fullness and start pursuing what everybody else told them to pursue? How many of them, because we forgot that we chose to be on this planet and we forgot what we came to this planet for? How many of those people have we put in the grave and basically lost a fortune in wisdom, skill, and on top of that, an innate drive that they was never exposed to because they forgot who the fuck they were? Actually never, and when I say forgot, it's like they came into this life and got bombarded by this life and forgot who, what, and where they were. Family, I'm just asking that none of y'all become that. Understand that each of y'all was born, and see, and I just want you to just, for a second, step out of your life and just imagine, what does it say if you could be like, I decided to pick my parents. I decided to pick this path in life. What power does that give you? Right? Because I know a lot of times y'all listen to me. I'll be like, we got to get reparations. But like them, you just blame the white man for everything. No, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to sign what is necessary where it needs to be. But what I want to do is first give you personal power to say, hey, I chose my parents. Let me look back at my life and see what lessons I need to learn so that maybe it will help me identify my Nia, which we will be celebrating in a couple minutes. But we can't never find our Nia if we don't remember why we chose to come here. See, a lot of times we equate it with just random occurrences and shit. But yet we talk about how spiritual we are as a people. So we're spiritual or we're not. Either you're spiritual or you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of y'all want to play with the spirituality shit, but then you sit around and be like, you was randomly created and spit out into this motherfucker. If you're talking about spirit is a form of energy, and according to the laws of conservation of energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed from one state to another. So that means that you have been around since the beginning. And if you have been around since the beginning, that means that in some form or fashion you've been making some choices or you've been flowing into some situations. You've been here. So what happens to your life when you start really analyzing it and pulling out the lessons, as painful as they may be, and turning around and using them for your bloodline? And I have to stress the bloodline, right? Because this is the issue. Your bloodline is under attack. You as an individual are not under attack. The bloodline is attacked, because as long as they can keep you coming in here and keep you being born under trauma so that you can forget why you chose to come here, so that you can just live out your 50, 60, 70, 80 years lost, they benefit. Your enemy benefits because they are warring on you generationally. They're not warring on you as individuals. And until we're messing up like that. Somebody fell off the line. Who hung up on me? Which one of you? Who hung up? Let me see. Of course. The one that don't want to talk about this one. Go ahead, Brother Shaka, because we're going to end it on this one, because I'm about to take my ass to bed. I got to get up and do the show. I got some other stuff to do. I'm old. I done drunk 2 glasses of this ambrosia. My bowels want to be released.
My brother. Man, you hit so many different things, and then I was going to chime in at the very last part. Do you remember the last thing that you said?
Man, if you don't catch it when you catch it, I'm tired. I've been running my mouth to Kwanzaa and shit. Speaking of Kwanzaa, I hope to see y'all at the celebration tomorrow. Get your ass up and come out. That's all I'm gonna say. But go ahead.
I know.
6 p.m. And then we also have it from 11 to 2 for those parents that are off. You want to take your children somewhere so they could be. Go ahead, bro. I do those commercials.
Yeah, man. After I lose it the second time, I'm like, All right. So, damn, Hot Tim. All right. I'll be honest with you.
Go ahead.
When you was reading, can you read it one more time? I'll weigh in, and we can just go like that.
The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows.
I don't understand that.
All right.
The best one knows.
The best one knows. So Shaka, let's just say this. It's not to be true to the best one knows. Now, who controls what you know on this planet?
Oh, wait. So you're saying the best one knows.
Best one knows. So if I limit what you know, I control you. Because you're not living the best life. You're failing. Because if I shut you off, like one of the things you try to do, you shelter your son in a way where he can run into the true best he knows. Because you know that if you let him into these institutions, he's going to run into the best that other knows, not what he knows.
Right.
Because of the type of child he is. Many of us, we turn our children over expecting the best to be brought out from them. But the question that you always need to wrestle with is, why would anyone educate their children over yours to become the boss of their children? That's like me being given a whole bunch of kids and told that I need to make them superior to Cleveland, Sasha, and I'm not going to be able to do that shit. I'm not doing that shit.
Right.
Let's be honest about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, like, what you talking about, we always see the other side of that because we hadn't planned it that way. Racism, you have to be planned for about, right? Nepotism, you gotta be strategic about. Make sure you ain't breaking no laws, even though it's unethical, right?
Wait,
like,
now,
my dad.
Hold on.
The reason why my dad had such a George Jefferson attitude about shit nowadays is because, listen, coming out of the military and being a steel inspector since he was like, in his early 20s, when he was in his 50s, he was training 20-something-year-old dudes to take the job of his supervisor.
Right.
So the thing is that, man, so let me back up a little bit more because, like I said, this had already been covered between the conversation with Lyric and I. When you go back to that, he started talking about reformation. And, I didn't know. He said a lot about his father, like he never knew his father. And Joe Berry says that Lewis's father was his cousin, but they were so close that they called each other brothers.
Right.
And so, when Lewis was mentioning reformation, because of what has been taken out of our communities, we're talking about the crack epidemic and what was taken from him, including his father, because of that epidemic. He said there should be reformation. And I said, Lewis, we are the reformation. We are the best thing that came out of that, with the potential of being able to expedite our own empires based on alchemy. We are the Reformation. If we fall short, then our children inherit that.
Our children, exactly, which is nothing. So we have to move. We have to remember who we are, where we are, when we are, and move forward full force. This is why I tell black folks, family, listen, you have to start learning how to make people feel uncomfortable around you. You got to get used to people being uncomfortable around you, because this whole respectability shit, we need to clear this shit out, because what that is basically kowtowing the master to do, so that you can, get along. We have been domesticated as a people. See, because I want y'all to understand, I want y'all to think about this. Trump is a racist white motherfucker, but he speaks with admiration when he talks about that little motherfucker in North Korea, the president of China. Why? Because they present a threat to whatever he can't just roll up on them and be like on some bullshit. Hold on, homie. I got my own. Listen. I'll start threatening your people and I'll fuck up your whole image. I'll attack your motherfucking country, whether I'm going to win or lose. One of the things you start realizing about bullies after dealing with them is that, I tell people this all the time, bullies don't want to fight. They just want to win. That's it. When they have to fight, all that taste is right out their mouth. If you don't believe me, look at Vietnam. Actually, look at the Korean War. Bullies don't want to fight. They just want to win. So what we have to understand is that we are being bullied. And we have been we chose to come. And we chose to incarnate in this place at this time. And it's time for us to start operating in our best, so we can stop living this failure shit. Because every time we fail, we put our bloodline farther and closer to the abyss of destruction. By us allowing people to feel comfortable around us, everybody, when we walk in the room, need to feel uncomfortable. From immigrants to motherfuckers who claim they blue-blooded American. Motherfuckers need to feel uncomfortable when we walk in the room. All these motherfuckers about to demand some shit. And we're going to have to give it to them. That's the mind state that I want everybody around me to have when our children walk into a room. These motherfuckers about to demand.
I think that's one of the things that is becoming a lot more clear, man. I spoke on this earlier about how, I'm glad that you were able to introduce Brother Wakeso, because that whole emotional competency piece is very important. If we're not honest with ourselves about the emotions that we're experiencing and what makes us uncomfortable, and being able to you put a name to our discomfort, whether it be fear, anger, sadness. The thing is that we won't be able to read those emotions when it comes to other people. So, if you can imagine the expression on somebody's face when we move in, and just because of our presence, they've lost already.
They lost, but we be having motherfuckers on the ropes about to knock their ass out, and we pull back. We've been doing that shit for thousands of years because of the common humanity, because of the moral imperative. What I'm saying is, family, we don't owe nobody shit. We're just being honest.
I mean, look. Remember the movie So Crazy? Mm-hmm. You remember when they put Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder in the same cell with Butterbean?
Butterbean, yeah, I remember that.
Remember how uncomfortable they was at first?
Right.
And what did it take for that to change? And when it did change, what did that emotion change into?
I don't know. I can't remember that back that far. You remember movies like that. Nigga, break it down.
Well, see, I asked because, if you've ever been in that situation where it's like, man, I'm locked up with a bully. I'm, right in this dude's proximity. I'm so uncomfortable. The thing that breaks that is when you feel like you got to end with that person. Oh, you a Browns fan too? Man, do I love the Browns. Whew. You know what I mean? And then they start trying to find commonality with you.
Right now, but see, now that's more respectability. But what happened when you were able to intimidate that motherfucker in there because he starts to feel uncomfortable too? Or you realize that the reason that he fucking with you is that he may feel uncomfortable in the first motherfucking place by you being there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We be playing with politics and economic. We playing respectability shit when everybody else is. I'm just trying to get the best deal that I could get, and if I could fool your ass into thinking that I'm not scared of you or whatever, I'm gonna get the best deal I possibly can. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get if I could rob you, that's what I'm gonna do. If I could take your motherfucking cupcakes, like Martin Lawrence said. You ain't taking my shit without no that was Eddie Murphy. Without consequences and repercussions.
Right.
Consequences, and even though he got knocked the fuck out, right?
He stood his ground.
People started respecting him because he's like, yo, this motherfucker, shit, it wasn't easy. Because like I said, bullies in most cases, they don't want to fight, they just want to win. And when you don't give a motherfucker an easy win, you know what I'm saying? This is what I try to talk to him about. You don't give him even if he could beat you, if you don't give him an easy win, they won't fuck with you no more. Hold on, stop.
Right.
Hold on. Okay. I think one of my kids was watching some shit with screaming and shit. I have to be very wary around this neighborhood. But family, I got to go. Because I got to get up and I got to get over here to this library. I want my children to catch, at least the babies to catch the storytelling. And, you know, I hopefully I got somebody there. Because there is some books, uncirculating books at the library that I would like to take a couple minutes to look at. And it's kind of hard to look at that shit when you got your daughters constantly calling your name. But anyway, family, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I want to remind you that you are now part of the congregation of the mighty. And say, this is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Damn. And this is a 100% production. This has been another episode of Tribal Quotes. I take time to thank Brother Shaka, as well as the listeners, as well as Lady J for calling in, and all those that's listening. I want to thank you, and I want to let y'all know that we strive to blow up your old paradigms, because that's what's holding us prisoner. And I'm out. Peace out, fam.